Hello and welcome once again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate. This is Policy of Madness. This time we came here to the city. We're in this area right now. It's kind of hard to see. The city is very busy. And it's kind of hard to see, but we are right down here. We got a couple of really sweet items, including this. I actually forgot to mention the last time that there is a way to get this without killing anyone. Or at least not anyone worth mentioning, or with any kind of larceny. The lady that you talked to down in the brothel down there, there's actually a quest that will lead you to her. There's a dude who her boyfriend has been turned to stone. There's a dude who will give you a quest to go turn him back into a person because he wants the helm of Baldur on. And if you do this quest and you choose exactly the correct options, he'll tell you about the cloak and that he gave it to his girlfriend, and then you have to go to her and choose exactly the correct options and she'll hand it over to you. That's way too much work. We just killed her for it. And the other thing that we received was another Ring of Wizardry. And as a consequence, we are able to cast 24 level 1 spells every day. We were on our way back to Reputation 20 and kind of had a little miscalculation.
Nothing to it.
But there's a third item here in the city that we want, and our reputation is good enough to get it. So
whatever you want.
We're gonna start off by doing that. I was reading Escher Girls again. I hadn't actually read Escher Girls for a while. I followed it last year, I think. I think it was last year that I followed it, and I started to lose my faith in humanity. So I stopped reading it. But I went back and picked it up again. Yeah, you can go down in the sewers. We'll be doing that later, probably. And I picked it up again, and I was going through the archives to see what all I had missed. And I came across something that probably everyone watching this is already familiar with. Because I'm sure I'm the last one on the bandwagon. There it is. This would be the helm and cloak, I believe. Yes. No, we're not going to go in there and get the helm of Baldur on. I mean, we can, but why? It's not like we need money. Oh, shit.
Hey, friend. Good to meet a fine sod such as yourself.
We don't give a shit. What makes you think we give a shit? We don't give a shit. And this house, I think it's this house. Yeah, this house is the one that will start that quest to get the helm and the cloak. I think it's this house that will start that quest, which makes it really ironic because the helm is actually in here and all the dude had to do was cross the street to get it. I think that's the house, but I think this is the house that we actually want. Just in case it's not and I'm misremembering. And even if I'm not misremembering,
of course.
Yeah, I think it's this one. Even if I'm not misremembering, we're gonna need that eventually. Yes.
I want my mommy.
This is... I guess it's a quest? Oh.
Leave us alone, will ya? Nothing for you here.
Yeah?
Leave us alone, will ya? Nothing for you here.
Don't need his dagger.
Yeah?
Okay, so, you know, I guess it was technically a quest. I mean, we came into this house, we just basically broke into it. We talked to a couple people, and then we killed one of them. And we got, see, 1000 EXP plus 900 for killing the mage. And the most important thing we got was this. That's a really, really nice wand. And now we're gonna go charge it. I ran on this, across this thing on Escher Girls, and like I said, this is probably something that's going to be no news to anyone else, because I'm always the last to hear of everything. But it's the
Whatever you desire.
concept of a fake geek girl. It's kind of funny how in this game all the courtesans are female. I kind of was hoping that that would be a male courtesan, but it's not. Fake geek girl, from what I have been able to gather, is when a lady goes to a convention, and she's probably
that all?
cosplaying, but not necessarily.
Yes?
Oh, I guess I should identify this shit and just like get rid of it.
Yes?
And she is, yeah. See how much this is going to cost us. That's fine. And he should also have some friend scrolls. We're not really going to use friends very much to lower the costs on things. Because it's just not worth it anymore. We have so damn much money. We have so much money we literally don't know what to do with it all. I can just buy the scroll straight in here, can I? Yeah. Alright. She goes to a convention. She might be cosplaying, but not necessarily. And she is someone who is at least reasonably attractive in a conventional sense. I've got plenty of spells to take care of these dudes. And some schlubby nerdy guy sees her
Nothing to it.
and is maybe attracted to her
Yes?
and tries to talk to her or something. This is actually kind of an interesting little, you know, piece of BS that we're coming out with here. But they pretty much can't do anything to me.
Incurtus.
One spell. And this guy, you know, sees her, is attracted to her, but for whatever reason, they just don't get together. Maybe she's not interested. No, maybe he just never gets up the nerve to talk to her. Who knows? For whatever reason, they never get together, and so he makes up this story in his head that whatever kind of, it's interesting, I was able to identify most of these just with my lore, and my lore is only 21. That's pretty cool, actually. He makes up this story in his head that she was just faking her interest in, you know, Batman or whatever it is. And just specifically to get his attention. Which of course is complete bullshit.
Yes?
Hey dude, I killed your customers upstairs. I guess he doesn't care. And now I'm getting depreciation on that, but I don't care. What else we got in here? Oh, Joseph's grainstone ring. I should do that. Like, soonish. Let's just clear this out. So when I was reading this, I was thinking, you know, this is a thing. And it turns out it is a thing in the sense that there really are guys who think that this is a thing. I'm not sure how much this is still going on because you know, the articles that I read were, some of them were, oh, I should identify that and get rid of it too. Some of the articles that I read were from last year, but some of them were fairly recent. Let's do that right now. So I think that maybe this is still something that people think is real. And there are a lot of analyses of this phenomenon. One of the best ones, of course, was on Forbes. Forbes, of all places. The angle that Forbes took was that apparently what happens is that these fellows find ladies at conventions, and at least in one situation actually cornered her against a wall and interrogated her on, you know, her knowledge of Batman or something. And the angle that Forbes was taking was that if this is happening in your intellectual property, you're driving away customers. You know, some of your customers are driving away your other customers. Yeah, he's probably going to give me depreciation on all of these. Yeah. Well, some of these probably aren't. But I frankly can't be bothered to figure out which ones. I have what I came for. I charged my wand. And now we're going to go
Just ask.
set some of this shit away and finish fixing our reputation. Because what I wanted to do originally here was there's a... Oh, I don't want to go that way. There's a quest here in Baldur's Gate where you talk to a lady and she'll give you an item, amulet of protection, and she wants you to give it to her son. And I know where her son is. He's right here. And we spent a little bit of time last time looking for her. I could have sworn she was in this middle section. But we checked the middle section and there's only like 2 houses there along the wall, and she wasn't in either of them. And we looked in a couple of other places and I can't find her, and I decided I just don't care. We're just not going to worry about her. This is just complete bullshit. Why can't I walk on the grass? It's just to keep me from being able to explore down here along the wall. Fuckers. No reason for that. Anyway, we're going to Friendly Arm. And a lot of other places. Oh, look, it took only 12 hours. A lot of other places have also expended a lot of ones and zeros looking at this phenomenon. Of course, this is an incredibly insulting idea. And not just to women, of course it is also to women, but also to the geeks themselves. This idea that geeks are easy prey to fake geek girls.
To it.
That they that they're willing to hang on a woman's every word if she's, pretty enough. It kind of portrays geeks as
Whatever
being
you want.
basically pretty pathetic, and that's really insulting to geeks. Oh, I got 37 of these now. You know what? I hardly ever use darts anyway. I'm just going to replace them. I'll come back for those if we ever need some. But we're also going to head into Beregost. And we're going to tie up some loose ends in there. Oh yeah, we can do this. While we are... oh. Can I walk? I can walk. This could potentially be a problem.
If you say so.
Let's hope we don't get ambushed. So there's been a lot of analysis of this, but so this may not be anything new. I may not have anything new to contribute to this, but it's kind of the basis of this whole idea that the fake geek girl that is that a woman who looks in a particular way that people find attractive, certain, or at least a certain percentage of people find attractive. She,
Of course.
okay, good. She must be doing it for the purpose of looking attractive. There seems to be no acknowledgement
that's what
in
you
this whole
want.
idea that a woman might dress a certain way, or will act a
Whatever
certain
you
way
desire.
for purposes other than, let's see, this is Officer Vi, yes.
Can I assist you?
If we talk to her with no bandit scalps in our inventory, she'll congratulate us for having cleared out the bandit camp, because that's what she wanted us to do, and give us a reputation point. But we're talking to her with a bandit scalp in her inventory, so she instead gives us this, and she opens up her little shop aspect. There's not a whole lot she'll buy. She will, however, buy the idol. That's double what Palantir would have given us, and she'll also buy these wyvern heads. If you recall, what's his name? The mayor gave us 2,000 gold. I actually thought that she would give us 500 gold for each one, so I'm actually kind of surprised to see we're getting 1,000. That's a pretty good price. But what happens when you sell to a shop is that each item has a base value, and the shopkeeper will offer you half value for the first one. And then you get depreciation on any additional ones. And, then tries to sell it back to you with a markup, which depends on your charisma and your reputation. And she's actually given us full price, and there's no depreciation here. She's still offering us full price for these. That's pretty good. She's actually a really good shop. There's not a whole lot that she'll buy, but when she does buy something, she pays great money for it.
Me timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
No. He's not a tourist attraction. That's bullshit. There's no money in being a dwarf who lost your cloak. We're misunderstanding basic economics here, I think. But, okay, doesn't matter.
Is that all?
Now we're gonna go see if, what's his name here will give us this quest. When a guy sees a woman and is attracted to her, he sometimes, some guys, and apparently this is what the guys who have this fake geek girl thing going on, believe that,
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
okay, not only will he give us the quest, he's forcing it on us. That's good. Oh, the world of books. Apparently this book can be had for a pretty penny. I think a pretty penny means, like literally a penny. It's like 5 gold or something. And it's right across the street.
Whatever you want.
Actually, there's, in one of these houses on either side of them, I can't remember which one, there's actually a copy of that for free. But we're not going to
Just
bother with
ask.
that because it's practically free here.
You want some whiskey?
It's, 2 gold. Even cheaper than I thought. Oh, he'll buy our cloak. That's good. I wonder if he'll buy our potions. Ooh. We're gonna sell him our potions. The idea that if someone is turning you on, essentially, that turning you on must have been their purpose. That's, are we ever gonna use this? A vial of pain. It's essentially just a fireball spell. I don't use fireball. All saving throws are made automatically. Actually, I like that. 50% resistance to all forms of magical damage. So I wonder if this gives you like a 50% resistance to like pure magic damage, like what magic missile and skull trap do. That's kind of interesting. We're gonna keep that. The saving throw aspect is pretty nice. There seems to be no acknowledgement that a woman might be dressing a particular way because it, you know, makes her happy. Because she enjoys doing that. We're going to use that? No, we will not use that. Potion of Mirror Eyes, we will never actually use that. Okay. What about our scrolls? Oh, we got lots of scrolls to get rid of. And that's a... yeah, see, nobody will buy the cursed scroll. Not that we want them to. There's this, you know, this assumption that if she looks a certain way, and the way that she looks makes you feel a certain way, then making you feel that way must be her purpose. We will never use this, because we have that wand. This actually is a little bit better than the wand because the wand affects one creature, and this actually has a very small area of effect. This is actually an area spell. But the area effect to it is not good enough. We're not gonna have to use that. We'll never use this. This is actually a good bit of money that we had in scrolls that we'll never use. We'll never use horror because you see how often I'm using horror, and I actually went way out of my way to get 2 instances of horror, and I still haven't used it yet. That's because improved invisibility shuts down magic users really effectively. And let's see. We may need this strength spell shortly. And we'll never use this. Okay. I wonder if that wardstone is actually worth money. I keep intending to dump it.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Nope. He will not buy it. Wonder if, did I buy the book? Can't remember. Okay.
What would you
Let's see if he'll give us our reputation point.
Nothing
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Yeah. This book that he gives us, this mentions Ball. So this is kind of a hint. One of the early available hints in the game that, you know, Ball is super important. And but we have no use for it, so we're going to get rid of it.
If you say
And
so.
I think we can sell it for 1 gold.
You want some whiskey?
Yes. And we just recouped half of our investment. I wonder if Officer Vi will buy this.
Of
Wardstone.
course.
Let's try it. I've never tried to sell her this. So this is going to be a learning experience. There's no acknowledgement, of course, that a woman might be dressing, you know, in a particular way for some purpose other than the benefit of the people who are looking at her. Hold still.
Can I assist you?
Nope. She would give us full price for it if she were willing to buy it, but she's not. Okay. Then I could think we're done here.
Whatever you decide.
I actually got into an argument once on a over this with a guy on Slate, on the Slate's message boards. This was before Slate changed the way their message boards work so that it's essentially unusable to me. But he seemed to be completely unwilling
Nothing to
to
it.
even consider the possibility that a woman might be dressing a particular way for a reason other than to evoke a particular response in her, her audience.
Nothing to it.
All right. Oops. I can't remember what I just did. I did just check this, didn't I? I can't remember. I've literally lost a moment of my time there. Okay.
Nothing to it.
Surprised that's the first time I've lost track of what I was doing from moment to moment while I was doing these recordings. That actually happens to me quite a lot. I have these little hiatuses where I just suddenly realize I'm... What was that noise? Okay. I just suddenly realized that I've been like staring at a wall for who knows how long. Probably usually just a couple of seconds. But there's really no way to know. Okay. Gibberlings. Not really afraid of them. Alright.
Whatever you want.
Actually kind of sounds like, oh, I bet I know what that is.
I serve the flaming fist.
Yeah. I like this one, but we're not going to use it. Alright, so our reputation now is 19. And we've just picked up our quest here. And now we're going to go complete it. I don't think there's anything really dangerous around here. This is really like just full of gibberlings. You know, so this guy, I don't even remember what we were talking about. It was probably something about rape. That's what we usually end up talking about on Slate's message boards. I'm not on there anymore because Slate changed the way their message boards work so that it's essentially no longer usable to me. No great loss, really. Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea he would do that. Okay. But, I don't even remember what we were talking about there. But it was probably had something to do with rape, because that's what we usually ended up talking about on Slate's message boards. There was this... What is that? Direwolf. I should probably let the wizard eye do all my exploring for me, but I just can't be fucked. It's not like there's anything dangerous on this map. Yeah. Although, I don't know, if there's wolves here, maybe there's vampire wolves. That'd be pretty awesome. But I'm pretty much not afraid of vampire wolves at this point. There's a contingent on Slate's comment section, comment boards, that is convinced that rape is always the woman's fault. And I'm never able to just let that go. I always have to say something about it. I'm not sure where this thing is. I don't think it's high up on the wall, but it could be. Is it this? Nope. So that's probably what we were talking about. But this guy had this idea, and he said it in as many words that women dress the way they do specifically in order to get a reaction from men, to get particular reactions from men. And is it this? Nope. And when a woman dresses a particular way and gets that reaction from men, it was because she intended to do that. And, where is this? Thought it was one of these. Maybe it's over here. And we got into an argument, and it's kind of, it just seemed inconceivable to him. I know it's not along here. It's got to be over here. It just seemed absolutely inconceivable to him that a woman might be dressing in a particular way for reasons, for reasons other than to give a man a boner. And if she gives him the boner, that obviously was her intention, you know. And I had to ask him once. I said, "Really? You honestly never dress a particular way for reasons other than to..." Oh, what was that? Other than to, there we go, get a certain reaction from people? I mean, you never dress, you know, skimpily because it's hot, for example? Or because you're at the beach and it's appropriate beach wear? Yeah. Fire resistance 40. Kind of nice, but we'll never use it. And I really should have left this in Beregost. I intended to. I don't know. Just kind of slipped my mind, I guess. The Flaming Fist guy tells us about these, actually. He stole a magical ring and a couple of expensive gems from our barracks and then deserted. And so this is kind of like that bit on the map right next to Candlekeep. Right here. If you recall, in the west of this map, there was, or in the east of this map, there was a diamond in a tree, and that guy that you cannot make commit suicide under any circumstances, he actually tells you that there's a diamond in that area if you choose the option to try to talk him out of suicide. He'll tell you that he was, he lost his, the stone out of his ring or something, and sends you on this pixel quest. Just like the Flaming Fist guy does here, he sends you on this pixel quest to, you know, find us. Because when we find Samuel, he's not going to have those gems on him. So it kind of hints at it, just like in that other one, that there's, you know, this thing in this tree, and the area is so tiny. You either have to know it's there, or you have to just, like, literally be doing this.
Useful gadgets I have. Yes, I do.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. He's going to give us something we want. So we're going to cooperate with him. And yeah, this is the option we want, but this is the correct way to refer to Gorion. Father Gorion. He killed my dad. Not my foster father. Not my foster dad. Yeah, that's correct. And he gives us, is this protection from magic? Yeah, protection from magic. A very useful scroll, but one that we will never be casting on ourselves. The pixel hunts in this game are sometimes really tedious, like that one, where you know it's on the map, because, you know, you're told that this is a thing, and when we find Samuel, he's not going to have them with him, and I cannot clear this, can I? Oh, shit. Did I come down here? Can't remember. Let's try it. And this guy, you know, I got into this argument with this guy, and it's actually the same kind of deal here, because the schlubby nerdy guy, you know, sees a girl, and I can't clear that. Shit. There's gonna be a whole shitload of this map I can't clear, though. So, no, whatever. He sees this woman, he gets a boner, and he assumes that she dressed that way specifically to evoke that reaction in him, that she wanted to give him a boner. And it just doesn't seem to cross his mind that she might have dressed that way, you know, because she enjoys Batman or whatever it is that she was dressing up like, you know. And there's something much more fundamental in that than even that assumption, which has actually been brought up in a couple of different places that I read. The even more fundamental... I think Samuel's around here. Yeah, there he is. Here's Samuel.
How are you?
I bet I'm in the wilderness longer than that. I bet I look worse. Wait, did she say sirs? Sirs, okay. Maybe I look so rough, she can't tell. And I'm not sure why we're giving this kind of reaction. Okay, okay, like she's been harassing us? Like she's trying to push Samuel on us? Actually, she's just asking politely. Okay, okay, whatever. Okay, so now we have Samuel. And, oh, I figured he'd be heavier. How much is this? 100, let's see, he's 100 and... let's see, 48 turns into 63. That's gonna be 115 pounds? I thought he was gonna be like 200. I thought I was gonna have to deploy this strength scroll to get my strength up to, you know, 1850. You know, this lasts a long time, 1 hour per level. I'm level 11 right now. That would have lasted 11 hours. Okay. But I don't need it. So, all's well. There's something even more fundamental to it than just the assumption that when people dress a certain way, they're doing it intentionally to, you know, evoke the reaction in you that you in fact have. There's also this fundamental... this is supposed to be... I remember this area being like packed full of gibberlings. Like packed full of gibberlings. There's also this idea that's even more fundamental than that, which is that women exist to be enjoyed. And this also kind of gets back to the... ooh, is this blood on the ground? Gibberlings? There's a gibberling? That can't be all of them. I remember this area being packed full of gibberlings. Oh. Okay. That's more like it. Alright. Look at that one spell. That was like 20 gibberlings. Okay. I got some more spells, right? Yeah. I'm actually expecting to run into even more. This kind of goes back to what I was trying to get at actually earlier in the last one when I was talking about a creeper. I kind of got distracted with the reputation issue, the reputation miscalculation, and I never actually got to the point. The creeper, the reason why the things that he does, the reason why those things are creepy is not because any particular incident or any particular thing that he does is, you know, terrible and unforgivable, you know, standing too close to someone. He actually tried to police my tone of voice at one point. He told me I didn't sound ladylike. I was like, okay. I just gave him a very unamused look at that. But, yeah, all this blood. Not sure what this was supposed to be, you know. Are the gibberlings, like, killing people and dragging them in here? I mean, there's blood, like, everywhere. But it's not like anybody's gonna walk into this, you know, with a pile of gibberlings, unless they're like me and they have a sunfire spell they can use to slaughter them all. So, I really don't understand this. The things that he does, you know, they may seem harmless. You know, standing too close to people, getting kind of pushy about wanting to know what's in your purse. And a lot of people think that these things are harmless. Oh, there's more. Okay, there's 2 of them. I was expecting a little bit more than 2. But, okay, whatever. This is like old times. just walking around, not letting the wizard eye do it for us. A lot of people think that these things are harmless, but they are, they're creepy because he's signaling very clearly when he does these things that he isn't really viewing the women at work as being really people. He's signaling that he thinks that they are things for him to enjoy, that they are, you know, things for him to look at, to admire. I think he actually usually gets really close up to people. Oh, here's some more. Just 6, but okay. Magic is free. He's signaling that he doesn't, you know, think of us as people. He thinks of us as things to look at. And I think that when he's getting like really close up to people, to the ladies, what he's actually doing is probably like trying to get a whiff of us. I mean, I don't really have any explanation for why somebody would want to stand that close to a woman other than trying to, you know, smell them, which is gross. I mean, that's just plain gross. But regardless of his reasons, he doesn't seem to think that we are, you know, fully people. Look at all this. I can't explore any of this. Can't I? No. Alright. So now we're going to head to the friendly arm. He doesn't think that we, for example, have a right to, you know, have things in our purse that he doesn't know about. And that's creepy because that's friendly arm. Okay. That's creepy
If you say
because not only is it demonstrating that he has a very dismissive view of women, and he's shown that he has a very dismissive view of women in other ways too, not just this. But also because that kind of thing is tests boundaries. You know, we all have boundaries. Like, don't stand too close to me. I have. Okay.
Better guide your eye on your travels.
He let himself be persuaded by Lena to desert the fist, so it was all her fault, really. I like how Galena actually kind of spreads the blame here, though. It's like she was persuading him, but he let himself be persuaded, so it's not all her fault. And she gives us some potions. I guess she said potions and a increase of reputation. That's good. These must be the potions. Everybody has boundaries, you know. Don't stand that close to me. You know, don't bug me for what's in my purse. You know, about what's in there. And we're gonna drop this off because I intended to leave that in Beregost, but then I didn't. And boundary testing is something that people do when they want to know how easy of a victim you're going to be.
whatever you
And so
desire.
it's like super creepy. But ultimately I think that the problem with the guys who think that fake geek girls, you know, are a
Is that
thing
all?
is that they're reducing all their relationships with women to essentially, you know what? I think we're gonna try to do that orchestra thing before I cut out here. They reduce their relationships with women essentially down to sex.
Nothing to it.
Because if she looks in a certain way, then she must be looking that way purposefully. In order to, you know, make a guy feel a certain way. And
Whatever you want.
he's completely discounting all of her agency and, you know, having interests of her own that don't really involve him in the slightest. And these guys seem to have a problem relating to women because
Just ask.
they are reducing everything down to, you know, sexual relations. And as a consequence, let's see, yes. And as a consequence, they're not getting laid.
What
I mean,
would
it
you
may
like?
seem counterintuitive, right? In order to get laid, you need to be thinking about sex. And I guess that's true, sort of. But these are guys who, from what I've seen, seem to have the assumption that
Nothing to it.
these women don't really want to have anything to do with them because they're schlubby, nerdy guys. Which, you know, as I said before, and many have said, that it's really insulting to think that, you know, nerdy guys are that pathetic. Because the reality is that schlubby, nerdy guys get laid every day. Like, every day.
Whatever you want.
It's, they
If
see
you say
these
so.
ladies that they're not having sex with, and they assume that they're not having sex with them because they're schlubby and nerdy. They ascribe their schlubbiness and nerdiness as the reason why these women don't want to have anything to do with them. But it has nothing to do
Of
with that,
course.
because, you know, schlubbiness and nerdiness are definitely not barriers to, you know, finding someone to have sex with.
If that's
Because I
what you
gotta
want.
tell you, I actually used to attend conventions. And admittedly, the last one that I went to was like 20 years ago, and maybe things have changed a lot in the last 20 years. But when I went to conventions, it really seemed like an ancillary purpose of the convention. One of the subsidiary purposes of it was to, there were a lot of guys who came there specifically to
Whatever
get
you
laid.
desire.
And there were a lot of ladies who went to the convention also specifically to get laid.
Is that all?
And one of the subsidiary purposes of the convention seemed to be to bring all these people together in a small space.
Nothing to it.
You know, so that they can... I like how I could just swipe things directly in front of them, and they don't say anything. I guess because they don't have a guard to call. There's like no guard here for them to call, so they don't even bother. And it seemed like one of the subsidiary purposes of the convention was to bring all these people together in a small
Whatever
space.
you want.
You know, so that they could get together in whatever combinations. Here's one of them. Whatever combinations most pleased them. I mean, people got laid at the conventions like constantly. Yes, even the schlubs and the nerds. It's not these guys' schlubbiness and nerdiness that keeps them from getting laid, because schlubbiness and nerdiness is not actually inherently unattractive. It's unattractive to some people. You know, some people find that unattractive. But when somebody says, you know, I don't find you attractive, the key word in that is I. That means that
Just ask.
that person does not find you attractive. It doesn't mean that you're not inherently
What
unattractive,
would you like?
you know, in an absolute sense. Maybe this is where I got that summon monster scroll before. That's possible. It's not the, you know,
Nothing to it.
the membership in the
Whatever
nerd club
you want.
that keeps these guys from getting laid. It's their incredibly toxic view of women. They have this incredibly toxic view of women, that women
If
are
you say
only
so.
there to be enjoyed. They're just like, you know, the creeper. And they think that when women dress a certain way, they're dressing at them. It's like, you know, you're wearing that cosplay at me. Oh, lame. Actually, no, she's not. She's not wearing that cosplay at you. And even even though women are typically
Of
aware
course.
of how they are perceived, you know,
If that's what
if
you
you're wearing a
want.
skimping outfit, you know that guys are going to look at you, okay? You know that's what's going to happen. But that doesn't mean that's your goal. Guys looking at you is actually probably an unwanted side effect, something that's unavoidable, but it's not the purpose. It's actually something that, you know, we would avoid if we could, but we just can't. Wonder how much of this I can explore without leaving the fence. Oh, quite a bit. And there's a second book here. And I've looked everywhere in these huts here. Maybe it's in what's-his-name's hut. I don't really want to do what's-his-name yet. Or maybe I'm going to have to. Oh, this hut. You can enter this hut. Let's try it.
Whatever you desire.
So if you're a schlubby, nerdy guy and you know, can't find a woman who wants to have sex with you, I think you might want to consider the possibility that it has nothing to do with your schlubbiness or nerdiness, because like I said, schlubby, nerdy guys get laid every day, and there's nothing innately unattractive about them.
Is that nothing to
It's
it?
probably the incredibly terrible, dismissive,
Whatever you
bad
want.
view of women that you have. I'm pretty sure that's the case for the dudes who are in a moral panic over the fake geek girl. Fake geek girls being, you know, not a
Just
thing,
ask.
actually. There are girls who may not
What would you
know.
like?
I guess I'm going to have to go into his house. I really don't want to do him. But I guess I don't have a choice because I want that book.
Nothing to it.
There it is. Okay, so I don't have to do him yet.
Whatever you want.
Now we're going to go to Ulcaster and take care of his little thing.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
I'm not even going to
If
fuck
you
with the
say so.
kobolds. Kobolds are not worth my time. Okay. Now we're going to go find Ulcaster. And he should be,
Of course.
like, right here.
I'm waiting.
He wanders around, but not too far. And we're going to get the maximum EXP out of him. But first,
that's
apparently,
what you
we're going to deal with some zombies.
Incurtus.
Not the most dangerous of undead. Okay. Speaking of undead. Oh shit. Don't want to use skull trap. Not here.
This should be fun.
Because I'm actually not sure where Ulcaster is. And until I do... I don't want to be, I don't want to accidentally attack Ulcaster is what I'm trying to say here. Because I don't know what happens if you do that, and it's probably terrible.
Yeah, whatever
Alright.
you desire.
If I knew where he was, it would be different, but I don't. conventions, you know, they attract all kinds of people. And there are gonna be plenty of women, just like there are plenty of guys, who, may be into something, but maybe not as... Here he is. Maybe into something, but not as knowledgeable about it as necessarily, you know, other people might be. So you can give him these as often as you have, you know, the books. But there seems to be a limited period of time when you can do this. I've given him one in the past and then gone and got the other two and come back, and he would not give me the additional EXP. So I like to have all three with me before I even talk to him. And even though I don't really intend to farm things, I'm actually just going to look around here and see what else is in here. Because if there's any other, you know, easy to kill undead, weren't there some back here? Then I would like to do it. But I'm not going to wander too far. Anyway, there are going to be plenty of people at a convention who aren't, you know, experts in their whatever, you know, media property interests them. That doesn't make them fake geeks. And it's, if you can't get laid, it's probably because the ladies can tell, or, you know, not everyone wants to get laid from a woman, but, you know, guys also can tell that, you know, that you are viewing them in a very objectifying way. But men are usually not looked at in this way. The very fact that this whole meme is a fake geek girl and not a fake geek guy, you know, it pretty much says it all. But there are going to be a lot of people who are, you know, really super into this and have memorized all the stats of all the capital ships, you know, from Star Wars. And then there are going to be some people who, you know, are still into it, but not quite as much. That doesn't make them fakes. It just means they're, you know, less into it than maybe you are. So, you know, schlubby nerdy guys, there's no such thing as a fake geek girl except in your head, and the reason you can't get laid is because you have these very toxic views of women. It has nothing to do with your geekiness. Because, actually a lot of women like geeks. And I think that's it for now. Next time, I'll probably be cleaning up a few more loose ends. We'll probably do some of the more of the quests in Baldur's Gate. But we have all of the important items that we wanted. And I'm still thinking about Durleg's Tower, because I really need to be level 13. Or maybe we'll go to Werewolf Island. That would be fun. But I am still thinking about Durleg's Tower, and I really need to be level 13, and I don't think I can get there without going through Durleg's Tower. Or, you know, alternatively, I could go farm flesh columns. That would be super boring. Durleg's Tower would make for a much more exciting Let's Play, but I'm not sure if I'm prepared to go into Durleg's Tower and get killed, like, at this late date. I've been so careful, and even though we've had some really close shaves, you know, Wolf almost ate us. That dude in Beregost almost killed us, and then we had that little adventure with the ogre mages. You know, even though we've had these really close calls, I don't think that this has been a bad run, because every run has close calls, and those have not been like really bad ones. The ogre mages, that was me. I got cocky. We would try not to do that. I've tried not to be, you know, overconfident and cocky. I did get cocky then, and you saw what almost happened. But Durleg's Tower would definitely be interesting. And I might have to consult one of those walkthroughs that shows where all the traps are and what they are, instead of just relying on my sometimes unreliable memory. Still thinking about it. If I don't do that, I'll have to farm flesh golems. That'll be super boring for me and super boring for you to watch, even if I speed it all up. So, I'll decide later. But anyway, I think that's it for this time. Next time, I probably will go to Werewolf Island. That's the reason I got Sunfire at this point, after all. That fight at the top of the Iron Throne, That fight at the top of the Iron Throne is going to be kind of painful if I don't have Animate Dead. And I have to be level 13 to pick up Animate Dead. I usually pick up Animate Dead first and then Sunfire, you know, at level 13. But I wanted to go to Werewolf Island pretty soon. You know, without having to wait until I slogged all the way through Durlake's Tower, especially since I may not go there at all. So now that we have Baldur's Gate open, we can go to Werewolf Island, and we'll probably end up doing that. But that fight at the top of the Iron Throne, I actually kind of depend on Animate Dead up there. And if I don't have it, I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll have to think about it some more. But at any rate, this is it for this time, so join me later. Bye.